So I've been a lot more busy with my blog and vlog lately, and it occurred to me it's probably a really good idea if I updated my DigitalOcean instance that's hosting my WordPress site, right? Because it needs an update. So I figured, let's have a look. Let's go back in there and see what's up. By the way, DigitalOcean is amazing. You should totally use it. Sponsor me. So I log into my blog and you know want to do the basic stuff like a yum update. So I do a sudo su blah blah blah. Type in my password and what? That is 55,278. Who are these people? Who are they and what are they trying to do on my web server? I mean, seriously, this is insane. So it occurred to me that's actually a really good question. Who are these people? Where do they come from? So I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna check out my audit log, right? So I do a grep SSH, I think, right? Far log audit log, I think. Oh yeah, that that looks like it could mean things, right? So let's see, right? Uh, oh, that you know what? That right there. That looks like it makes sense. Terminal equals SSH. Result is equals failed. Yeah, I wanna search for more of that. So you know what? I'm gonna redo that grep, and I'm gonna say, give me all of those, right? So okay, there's probably more files in there. So just do it on all the files in far log audit, right? Just wow. Okay. How many are there anyway? 40, that's close enough. I mean, it's not 55,000, but it's pretty close. But hey, look at that. There's IPs in there. So IPs, they kind of tell me where to, like, where they're from. So I figured there's this thing called geo IP, what have you. I installed that and geo IP lookup, and then I get an IP, and it's, oh, look at that, geo IP country edition, China. So I'm gonna have to build a Python script for this, right? Okay, here we go. You know what? Let's start making a Python script that gets jerks, because that's what they are, jerks. Get jerks.python. All right, there we go. So we're gonna do stuff with the OS, right? And we're probably gonna do some regex, because you know we want to search strings. So I want an array of IPs. So IPs equals empty array, I guess, right? That makes sense. And I need to get all those files from the audit dir. So audit dir equals string var log audit, right? Yeah, that's probably it. So for log in os list dir, because we want everything in the dir, right? And then we do the audit dir. Right, let's see. Yeah, we want to get the files. That's what we want. So file equals open, and then we do os. Jeez, yeah. I want to do a path join because I'm really bad at that stuff, right? So we go audit dir with the log file, right? And we want to open those, read only, I guess, and yeah, then we have a file. So I want to do something with each line in that file. For a line in file, I want to make sure that the line has that thing I grepped on earlier. So if regular expression dot search, and I forget what that thing was I did. So, you know, I'm just going to copy paste it from the command line again. Terminal result failed. Yep, there we go. Get jerks. Put that in there. Right. Line. That's what we're regular expression searching on. So if that returns true, then I have that line, and then I'm going to say address because I want the IP. That's all I want. Equals another regular expression search, but I'm going to have to cheat a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. Right? I'm just going to take some of this stuff and copy it, and then I just go like, okay, give me like a regex tester. It's usually the first one. Yeah, see that looks like a good one. Python, please. Here's my test string. I wanted the IP address, so that's addr equals, right? Addr equals, and then I want an IP regular expression. IP regex. I don't make this stuff up myself. I'm way too lazy for that. So I just, you know, look it up. It's usually Stack Overflow, but this will do. Look at that. That looks pretty good, right? So I'm just going to copy paste that because I'm a lazy monkey. Put that in there. I don't think we need those B's, do we? Nah. See, that looks amazing. That's exactly what I want. It is Python, right? Yep. Okay. So get jerks. I'm gonna do that search we wanted. Address equals search, and then the regular expression. So that should be that line, because I want to do it on the line again. And then I always forget this, but I need to get like the first group, right? Because it returns that group object. Yeah. Okay, so then I get that whole address thing back. Let's see. Let's print address, right? Let's see what this does. I'm gonna make it executable. Get jerks. Give me some jerks, buddy. Whoa, see, already I'm starting to I'm doing silly stuff. That needs to be a colon, not a semicolon. Give me some jerks. What? Didn't I save that? Audit there. Get jerks. Yeah. What's with my? It's all this JavaScript, man. Really, I'm telling you. It's making me put semicolons where I need colons. Get me some jerks. R is not defined. Wait. Oh, yeah. That needs to be a string, Marty. I knew that. You knew that, right? I knew that. You knew that too. Right? Because we want. All right. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. So now all I want is the IP address. I'm just going to be really cheeky and just basically do the whole thing again. Like, okay, IP is the same thing as this, but you know, without the addr part. That should work, right? I think that works. Nah, it's lazy, but it works. All right. So now I want to append the IP to that IPs array I have. So IPs.append IP. And I should probably close that file, right? Yeah. So file.close. And now I can just do print IPs, I think. Wait, what? What's wrong? What am I doing wrong? I'm an idiot. Indentation matters, Marty. Indentation matters a lot. Cool, there they are. It's a lot of IPs. 40,000 IPs to be exact. So I'm going to just, there's probably a lot of doubles in there. So what I want now is a dictionary with the IP as a key, I think, and the amount of times that it occurs as the value. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good plan. All right, let's do that. I don't need to print it anymore. So I'm going to make an IP dictionary called IPDict. That makes sense. Equals, just make that dictionary right there. And then I'm going to go like, okay, X being my iterator rate, IPS dot count. So that's the key, and that's the count I have for X. That should work. For X in IPs, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that should work. That's probably going to take some time, so I'm probably best off if I say print making IP dictionary so that I know what's going on. All right, and then say, okay, you know what? I am done. And then I can go, then I have a dictionary of IPs with the amount of times that they occur as their value. All right, now what I want is an actual dictionary of jerks, which are the people in the countries that do these things. So they might be different people on different IPs, but basically what I want to see is, okay, every country, how many times have you tried to knock on my web server? And why? Why do you do this stuff? I'm probably not going to figure out the why, but I might as well figure out the where. So I'm going to make a new dictionary and call it the jerk dict, right? Like this is my dictionary of jerks. Okay, so for IP in IP dictionary, let's see. Oh yeah, jerk country equals operating system dot, because now I want to do that geo thing I did earlier, and I don't really know how to do that in Python. So I'm just going to really cheat and do it in Bash with that tool and just take that output. So operating system dot p open, and then I'm going to go like, okay, you know what? Geo IP lookup. That's the command. I hope I remember that correctly. And I'm just going to use format because I think it's pretty. Format, and then I'm going to go like IP. Okay, so, and then we have that key open, so I have to read that output, right? And that's going to be the jerk country. Yeah, so I do geo IP lookup on the IP, and I read that output, and that's going to go in the jerk country variable. Now that makes a lot of sense. Then that output, like, where is that? Come on, it's up there. Yeah, so I don't want this first bit, right? That doesn't make sense to me. I want that last bit. Like, what I want is China, CN, comma China. But I think there's also like an unknown IP entry in there. So, yeah, I'm going to do a, let's see, I probably want to do a split. Jerk country equals jerk country dot split, and I want to split on that colon, and I want to get the second hit, so not the first bit but the second bit, and I want to strip that because it's probably got some new lines in there and what have you. So yeah, Then there was the comma, right? And I'm not sure that comma is going to be there all the time. So I'm going to say if, comma, in jerk country. Yeah. Jerk country equals jerk country dot split, and this time I'm going to split on that comma, and I'm going to take the second one, you know, because we start with 0. You knew that, come on. So then we just get like, you know, Portugal or Spain or whatever, not like SP or NL, comma Netherlands. I just want Netherlands. Makes way more sense to me. You know what? I also want to just strip that because you just don't know. I mean, it can't hurt, and it removes white space, and you know, white space is bad. All right. So now I want the amount of tries. So jerk tries. How many times did I try? Equals IP dictionary, right? And then I'm just going to take, because we're getting IP, just IP. So this is the value. Yeah, and that's what I want. So, okay. Now we want to make that jerk dictionary. Now we're actually getting to the good part. But the first time, there's not going to be a key there, is there? And the second time, if there is a key, I don't want to replace that value. I want to update it. So I'm going to do it if else. If jerk country in jerk dict, then let's see. Yeah. Jerk dict key jerk country equals, no, if it is in there, add and then jerk tries, else jerk dict key jerk country equals jerk tries. Yeah, because here it adds it adds the jerk tries as a value to the key, and here it creates it like for the first time. So I think that should do it. Right, so now we want to print that out, right? So for jerk, and because they are jerks, jerk dict, because stop trying to connect to my server. It's very rude. Right, just print. Let's see, let's do this. I'll just throw a couple of tabs in there because, you know, I don't want to be bothered by actually trying to line it out properly, and a couple of tabs usually does the trick. All right, format. I love format, don't you? Okay, first we're going to do the jerk, and then we're going to do jerk dict and the value, right? So we take the key jerk and then put it in jerk dict, and that should return the value. So if I run this, I should get a nice little overview. Get jerks, making IP dictionary. That looks pretty good. It's probably going to take a while because, you know, dictionaries are very memory hungry, and it's going to go through all those IPs and count them, and they're like, oh, add that as a value, put that in the IP dictionary, and it's like 40,000 of them. It's over 40,000. And yeah, this is not very efficient. I could probably, if I spend more time, I could probably make it way more efficient, but that's not the point of this. Look, it's done. And it's going to, that looks pretty good. Cool. Outlining isn't that good, but hello. Yeah, I can work with this. This is actually pretty good. Let's, you know what? I wanna turn this into a CSV file so I can play around with it. Let's see what there was a thing for that. Yeah, it's very hard to remember. Import CSV. That was it. So I want to. Okay, I always forget how this works with open. Let's call it jerks.csv file, right? And we want to do WP because we're working with Python 2.7 at 3.0 as file, right? Writer equals, if I remember correctly, csv.writer. Yeah, the file, because there it is. And then delimiter, we had to do that, right? Delimiter equals comma. Is that right? I think that's right. And then we go for jerk in jerk dict. Let's see, writer dot write row, and this has to be an array because I want to put multiples in there. Our jerk and the value, right? Let's make sure that that's a string because if I remember correctly, putting integers directly into CSV files through the CSV writer used to make it go like jerk dict, and then see how I keep putting jerk. I think. Let's try it again. It's delimiter, not delimiter. Come on. I should know this. But it's like speedometer, and micrometer. And now it's delimiter. Yes! So, jerks.csv. That's awesome. I'm going to just put a line in here. Countries, tries, header files. I didn't want to put that in my code. Copy jerks to home Martin. John Martin. Oh, Martin. Jerks. Cool. Dear jerks. CD jerks. Yay. SCP. Blog. Jerks.csv. Put it right there. Cool. So now I have it on my laptop. There's this really cool thing you can do with Google Fusion, right? Fusion, Google. So there we go. Fusion tables. Create a Fusion table. Ooh, that's really overheated. From this computer, choose a file. This is going to be really cool. Check it out. You're going to love this. Downloads jerks.csv. And next. There we go. Yep. I did count countries and tries. Yeah, that makes sense. Table name, jerks. Sure, they are jerks. They're trying to hack my web server. What would they do if they got it though, right? I mean, this is really cool. This is what Google Fusion does. If you go to the map, it recognizes that they are countries, and it's just going to create a geographic map of the countries. Isn't that awesome? All right. Cool. Done. Look at that. Okay. There's this really cool thing that you can do with these Google Fusion tables. Create a heat map. right? So just come on, open up, man. Wait, tries, and then give it like the maximum radius because that looks cool. Cool. All right, so there we go. Now we can see like, hey, United States, why are you knocking on my door, man? And oh my God, China. China, you're such a naughty boy. What do you want with my web server, China? Why? You can tell if you go to that row and we do like, okay, we want to go from high to low on tables. China, seriously, 28,566 tries. And then there's the Ukraine. Ukraine, come on, I expected more. 2,400, 2,400. United States, you're lagging behind. You're third. I thought you were the greatest country in the world. Come on. Should be up there with first, but you're the third with 2,200. Then there's Russia. Russia, you really need to try harder. Anyway, I'm going to put a link to the code I made, even though it's really, really bad. Maybe you can play around with it on your server. And I hope you enjoyed this. I thought it was interesting. I really, really like the heat map. Look at that. China, you're so big and red and naughty. And then, you know, Russia. Ooh. Ukraine, man. United States. UK, France. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to play around with this some more. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Bye.